Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2. Well, we are set to go into the Narrows to look for the black market. So, directions were go right, go forward to the Merchant's Call. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues ahead. Inspect the merchant stall. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk. Necklaces strung with fish bones and shoe buckles, and bracelets made with shards of broken glass. But the curtain sways and flaps as if stirred by a draft. You twitch it aside and discover a secret passageway. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall. Go through the curtain behind the merchant stall. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one is watching, then you slip behind the curtain and into another passageway. You're walking along when several hooded figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast. You gotta pay a toll if you want to visit Delver's Roll. Good folk, open markets are vital to a healthy economy. Would you turn away a paying customer? They look at each other and shrug. Last I came through, there was a man in the scar. I paid him. We'll pay it just this once. The guards in tunnel nod and let you through. You continue on, and the rough stone changes to smooth cobbles under your feet. Wan lamplight shivers ahead, as yellow and tremulous as fear itself. Before you is a narrow cavern that writhes with shadows and echoes with the music of jingling coins. Enter Delver's Row. And does this become a proper map for me to explore? Okay, this is a relatively large map. Okay. So let's go down here first. Nothing but stealing, and what's Anarat? An Orlan woman stands over a table laden with herbs and spices. She mixes them without looking up at her work, pausing now and then to raise a sprig or file to her nose. You realize she's blind.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe you seek something with a stronger bite.
She swivels her ears, but her cloudy eyes do not find you. Looking for medicine to cure Drowner's lung.
Best ask elsewhere.
She leans close and lowers her voice.
But careful. If the Mataru overseer hears there's a sickness, might be he has more questions for you.
She raises her brows over sightless eyes. Any ideas where I can sell an expensive medallion?
Arnetzo deals in such things. His shop is further down, next to the lift.
What do you sell?
Food, of course, and supplies for the road. Though most here come to me for poisons and venomous.
Alright, I need supplies.
Have plenty. Though, if you're buying poison and ailment, mind you store them separate.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, well, got nothing I particularly need here, but it's nice to know it's here. Alright, what's next? There's a street merchant there. What you got, sir?
Something to sharpen the senses, to help you leave your sorrows behind. I got what you need.
Alright, you got the various drugs and potions. A figure in the shadows looks up at your approach, pursing his lips together in a crooked
I
line.
think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row.
Name is RPG
I know
Crawler.
who you are. I make it my bag to keep my eyes on the new fish that end up in the gullet. You're the type of scab that bores me. Feel free to piss off.
Hey, no problem. Alright, what's down here? Imani? This grizzled old Amawa woman looks like she's been left in the sun to dry. Her skin is so worn and weathered it's hard to tell her wrinkles from her scars.
A blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor. Umani has what you seek.
The old woman gives you a grin that multiplies the wrinkles in her
Old
face.
Umani stock is tested in the hands and throats of the fiercest sorts in the gullet. Never will you find a better selection.
Alright, so you got Erekvu's fractured cask. Oh, nice. That makes you more viable to avoid interruptions when you're injured. The Undying Burden gives you athletics and a second wind, as well as reduces incoming weapon damage. That's not bad at all. Gauntlets of Reliability. Fine Greatsword would be useful for What's-Her-Face, but not that useful, so I'm mostly skipping it. What's up in here?
You are looking for something, Nico. Ernezzo has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises.
The man chuckles. He peers at you through half-moon spectacles. His face is hidden behind a thick but well-groomed beard, and his eyes constantly dart between you and the doorway.
Ah, but you are the one the Roparos speak of. They are most fond of you, but not so discreet.
He waggles a finger. He turns to Tekehu.
Ah, another young water mage. Come, see Ernezzo's wares. You must spend that extra coin on something.
He winks.
Forgive me. Do we know each other?
Così, it seems not. The mistake is mine.
His grin recedes into his beard. He turns back
But
to you.
how did you hear about this place? Wait, no. Do not tell me. Sometimes it is better not to know.
Yes,
There
indeed.
is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
First I need supplies.
Only do not tell anyone where you got them.
Okay, you've got the Garari Cuirass, which is nice, but I can't afford it. Various fine weapons, traps in the Red Hand. It's an arquebus. It's 10 grand. Not bad. Okay.
Come on, let's get a drink of firmness. It's early. We'll go when it's dark. Fine. I don't know how you tell that.
Let's go down here. Alright, addendum, harsh medicine. Let's take a look at that. Whoops. Some of Ernezzo's going will leave his shop to go drink at night. It'll be lightly guarded then if I want to break into the place.
Dim in the lantern.
Okay. Ooh, I could just steal everything. I need a better mechanics skill.
I'll get that for you. Can't take all the credit. I'll get that for you.
Can't get that one. But I can get that one. Got the Drowner's Long Medicine. I will take all of this. And then we'll quietly sneak out of there. Alright, how about... I'm going to quick save the game. I'm going to ask him if he'll buy this
There is
medallion now.
something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
What do you know about the Spindle Man?
It is a dangerous pest.
He crosses his arms and shudders.
When you dug its lair, did not even ask permission of their of the boss.
The bark beetle makes no appeals to the sparrow, I say.
Is that all? He shakes his head.
They say it is a mind reader. We in Delves Row are simple folk, quiet folk. It does not do to have a mind reader nosing among us. You understand me, yes?
I was wondering if you were interested in buying this medallion. He raises a lens to his eye and appraises the medallion, turning to inspect its edge.
This is a rare treasure, one for which certain people would pay a small fortune. I must ask, how did you come by this?
I'm the one asking questions. He looks at his guards.
I would prefer not to cause a scene.
Saw a beggar trying to pawn its first bet, and I promptly relieved him of it.
Then you have quick eyes and quick hands. But who might want this old thing?
He turns the medallion in his hands, frowning you in thought.
You might speak with Dereo the Lean. He would be interested to know that such goods are drifting.
He smiles amicably. I've met Durero already.
Tell him that I will keep this safe for him.
He takes the medallion into his pocket and pats
Was
it.
there any other business you wish to...
That is it, so he basically took it from me. Oh, look, a stray dog. Into the pouch you go. Oh, what do we got here? The Spindle Man. It's a bug. It's a bug.
What is this kith creature?
The Vithrak cocks his head and focuses its many eyes on you. Its strange companions also stare at you with unnatural intensity.
It's making my skin crawl.
What secrets does it bring?
You feel a gentle scratching in your head. Another voice speaks directly into your mind.
Let us see. Let us see.
The Vithrak clicks his claws together in delight. Vithrak's attention turns to Tekahu, who abruptly winces.
No prize secrets in this one. Not like the others with the water sense. Their minds carry secrets of a damp cave. A hateful glare beneath a stagnant pool. A dead woman's regret.
The Vithrak rolls his eyes back in ecstasy. Does this mean anything to you?
Gibberish. The floating spider had best explain itself.
Kith hoard many secrets. The best ones they bury deep in their cities, behind mighty walls.
Okay.
But what secrets fill your mind?
What secrets do you want?
Any. Oh,
It plunges into your thoughts and fumbles for one.
you collect many arcane secrets. Their power flows through you. Will you deny us?
The creature's pleading strikes a sharp, high note in your head. It seizes on another thought.
Yes, you came to Deadfire seeking knowledge, too.
Why don't you ask me what you want to know?
The language of tongues is a dull, tedious thing.
It snaps its mandibles together.
Why ask when you can see for yourself?
The Vithrak reaches further into your mind, plucking and picking at your memories.
A watcher, the dear what? The waning power of old Valia. A death, a life, a wide sea, stirred by storms and pirates and...
Eoth's giant glowing head surfaces in your mind.
a wonderful secret.
You hear the Vithrak clack and rub its mandibles together. It reminds you of a glutton licking its lips. You'll tell me a secret?
Yes. You have been generous with us.
The ogres nod slowly.
There is a place below the slums,
Oh, okay.
cold and abandoned, where the city swallows those it wishes forgotten.
Yes.
But this place was once part of the city. So was its temple, a site holy to the goddess of distant, forgotten things.
Its eyes gleam. The creature's probing sight traces a question in your mind. Its strange companions stand perfectly still, waiting. The Spindle Man's Grimoire. Sisyphus Stone. Let's take a look at this. It's got some decent spells that I don't know. I feel like I'm going to buy it. -2 to action speed and damage to attacker for 2 rounds when the wearer is hit in melee. Xanthith's Dragon Scaled Grimoire. This includes some interesting things. Mortification Bindings. I don't have anything that requires that. I kind of want that second Grimoire. Not gonna lie. Nice, a Ring of Regeneration and a White Witch Mask. That's a nice head slot. Let's sell some stuff, shall we? So I think I'm going to sell quite a few things here, actually. Not effigies, husk, or anything like that. Sell some normal stuff here. Oops, what was that? Yeah. Things I could go ahead and replace at some other point, but which I can just sell my vendor trash. Okay, is this going to be it? I don't really use traps. Alright, will this work? Eventually, I will get enough to get that tome, but not on this particular route. I feel like I want that white witch mask. That is really good for an illusionist, but I don't have an illusionist on me. What did I discover? What did I discover? It said I discovered something, but I'm not seeing anything secret around here. I'm not seeing anything. It's too colorful in here. Alright, well, I guess I gotta talk to Guerrero about that.
Delver's Row has plenty to offer, but it's that way.
He extends a well-manicured finger to point over his shoulders, other hand rests at the hilt of his weapon.
What are you doing up here?
He hisses at Takehu, looking him over.
Akira, to survey the local established...
Takehu thinks better of saying anything and closes his mouth.
Well, get downstairs before anyone sees you.
He tips his head and moves to step out of Takehu's way. Passing an uncertain glance, Takehu takes a hesitant step forward. What about me?
About you?
He looks you up and down, then turns his attention back to Takehu.
Hold a moment. I'd remember that face.
He squints at Takehu, nodding slowly.
You do not have a tongue for compliments, I say.
You don't belong down here.
We were just about to let him go downstairs. Why? He grimaced at you both, his hands closing around his weapon.
Explain your business or turn around. I've had enough games for one day.
How do I get permission to pass?
That's up to Dario.
Alright, sure thing. Well, I got most of what I needed. Let's turn back. Let's go back to the Narrows for now. Got that Drowner's Lung. I gotta turn a couple things in, don't I? So I gotta go back to Dario. Alright, just go to Dario's hideout for the moment. Quick save the game. What's his face? Took my medallion.
What do you require?
I need to get that cornet. Let's go to the gullet. First of all, let's go down to here. Turn in that cure for drowner's lung.
May be able to help. What say?
Help how? Poison me?
All right.
Need something?
Here's your medicine. Her eyes watering red dart between you and the file you hold. She coughs into her fist.
Could save an awful lot of sick people.
She wipes her hand on her shirt and holds it out to you. She takes the bottle from you and uncorks it. A sharp, piney odor escapes. She breathes it in and smiles.
That's the stuff, all right. Thank you. That's from me and from the children of the Dawn Stars.
Halgot's Warmth is a ring that gives +1 priest restoration power level and +2 burn armor rating. Okay, that's cool.
If you'll excuse me, I better start treating the sickest ones.
Better do something for yourself, too. Well, that's good for Shodi. Here you go.
Think it saves me?
And that was experience. Alright, where to next? Man, I'm like putting everybody down, putting things through one after the other. Let's go to Nekataka. Try and find this thing for the dude. Back up to here. Alright, where do I gotta go? I gotta go over to Takano's estate. So that cornet thing is probably on this dude. Things look a little bit more quiet here. Can I even go up here? I absolutely can.
Nishi, quiet time.
Now I can talk to him, or I can go over here and see if I can't find anything over here. I can't find anything over here. Well then. Save the game and talk to him.
For what do you come to my villa?
Nice house. Be a shame if someone nudged it over the mountainside.
Huh.
Our Dians have the strangest sense of humor.
He laughs loudly, but panic flickers in his eyes. I hear you have a rare, undried artifact.
Cornet of waves. It is a conch shell, but very important. To receive it is the highest honor.
He nods vigorously, jiggling the loose flesh of his neck. He sounds like he's trying to convince himself more than
The
you.
Queen gave it to me as thanks for my years of service. I was her personal bodyguard when she was a child.
He folds his hands over his considerable paunch. Why is the cornet of waves so special?
Because it is sacred to the goddess Andra. Everyone knows it is a privilege to have.
He clasps his interlaced fingers together, his knuckles glowing white. He glances towards his apprentices.
Kara Takano. Everyone knows it is a sign of favor.
She snaps to. Her response is sudden and automatic, as though Takano had just given her an order. He gives the apprentice an appreciative
I
nod.
am misled if holding a shell is all it takes to earn Ngati's favor.
Takehu tosses his hair and chuckles to himself. Such artifacts are often imbued with powerful spells. Take care when hand on you.
I keep it locked away, to see, and not to touch, Ikera. But your words are good warning.
He glances nervously around his fine home.
Generations ago, there was a similar shell. When the old city sank, Andra's faithful gathered around.
I can pick one up from down there.
Prayed for deliverance.
He leans close. A storyteller's grin spreading across his face. An ominous sing-song creeps into his voice.
Andra is not a goddess of mercies. Instead of lifting them from the ruin, she pulled them down with the shell and said they would rise when it did.
He chuckles and leans back, clasping his hands over his generous midsection.
That is the story, anyway. Macabre, no?
Doesn't that mean that there's... Hold on. What am I looking for? So I need to go to Facina first. I'm looking for the Cornet's Call. Okay. Maybe he'll sell it. Let's see how much he'll sell it for.
What do you but it was a gift from the Queen. It is unusual for a man of my standing to give such a thing away.
I can pay you for it.
I am not some quarrel merchant. I do not sell my treasures.
With a little coin, you could really fix this place up. Install a window over there, for starters.
You speak of a barter. That is different. What do you propose?
Alright. Such treasures are meant to be shared. The one must show their glory to the world, or bluff. I think the first one.
Akira. Then you will also share my name when you take this back to your homeland.
Takehu rocks back on his heels, nodding to himself, and Maya sighs through her nose.
Take it, with my blessing.
He presents you with a large, lustrous conch shell. The surface is inscribed with symbols, and the tip is fitted with a silver mouthpiece. Alright, so I gotta return it. Heading back down to the Narrows. Lots of back and forth here. Ah. Okay, let's go to the road east. Coming along. Just coming through. Alright, back to the gullet for the moment. Cloaked figures spring out of alleys flanking the street. An encounter! Well, what do we got here? Several figures slink toward you from the surrounding streets. Leading this Norlin with blood-red fur and long sharpened nails. She sniffs the air.
I smell that Mataru Richling's perfume on you. You've got something I want. Give me the Cornet of Waves.
You must be the one Dario originally hired.
Hired if you don't get paid. Way I see it, Dario just gave me a lead.
Her smile reveals a row of filed teeth.
And I'm gonna sell that thing on my own.
Back off.
Without the Cornet of Waves.
I've fought worse. You'll make easy pickings.
You think you can chase us away? Those sound like the words of a man at the end of his rope.
You're an idiot. The cornet is just a shell.
That can't be. Why else would Dario send us for it?
Her furrowed face is a maelstrom of irritation and
Besides,
confusion.
you're here, aren't you?
You really think he'd trust some cheap thugs with a real treasure?
Then what would he want with it?
One hand finds her hip. The other keeps her blade pointed at you.
Boss, he thinks a lot straighter than you.
The thug scratches his head. She growls with frustration and sheathes her weapon.
Fine, but I see you again and things will go differently, I promise.
She storms away, and the other thugs hesitantly follow. And that is what a lot of diplomacy does. Anything I can loot here? Nothing to loot? Can I leave?
You must gather.
Alright, let's do it. Alright, back to the Narrows then. Hell of a lot of back and forth here. Alright, off to Dario. Alright, I'm gonna quick save the game before I give it back to him. Okay, let's go over here. Alright, let's talk to them. Is this the artifact you're looking for?
Let us hope so. Else Takano has played you for a fool. Already, he's ordered a shipment of marble with your money.
He examines the comp, tracing his delicate fingers over the Andrite symbols. Pleasure signs in his eyes.
And now the real work begins. You must take this to the undercroft.
He hands the shell back to you.
It lies just below Delver's Row. It is where goods of questionable provenance originate. Take the lift from Delver's Row, not the lift in the gullet, mind you.
Okay.
My associate Gwenfen will await you outside the passage in the old water style.
What then?
You explore the perils and treasures of the old city for something I see.
Probably the match for it.
Among the ruins is a certain mosaic.
Go on.
The shell you found will reveal it to you. Gwenfen can explain all when you find her.
He leans close, braces squeaking.
It is said the old city was once as grand as Serpent's Crown. Whatever treasure you find there is yours.
So a dungeon crawl.
For now, take this. Consider it an advance.
Atier attacked me after I left Tankanos.
You are still standing here.
Yeah, I told her to get bent.
It is only a shame I did not hire you in the first place.
How do I reach the Undercroft?
There is a lift in Delver's Row, next to a Netzel shop. I will see that the people who guard it...
Okay, that's what those guys were doing.
Once you descend, cross the bridge. Behind the stockade is a door to, well, a very old place. You will know it when you see it. Gwenfen will await you and the cornet there. Do whatever she asks, as though the request comes from me.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to call it here. We will continue downward in the next episode. For now, it's been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity 2. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content, both tabletop and computer. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.